Greetings, royal family. I'm back. All right, episode 2. Here we go. Now, before I get into my thoughts on Girl Cruise, which is becoming one of my favorite new things to watch, right, for this season. I want to give a special shout out to all of my viewers from the Girls Cruise episode 1 who actually took the time to watch the review in its entirety and give me a thumbs up and left their feedback. So shout out to you guys for being wise enough and patient enough to actually see the entire review through and giving me your positive feedback. I appreciate you. All right, so Little Kim is on episode 2 of her show, and I have to say, Little Kim has always and is currently making good TV. So the ladies are still on their little excursion, and Little Kim made it very clear from the very first episode that this trip or this voyage was all about, her sister friends and, girls coming together to forge a bond and a sisterhood and, working through any little hiccups that may arise. So we see Pretty V and B Simone. They're having like breakfast, on the yacht, okay? And they're just talking about like life, you know what I mean? And talking about things that they have to endure being in the public eye. And B Simone stated to Pretty V that, they've been friends for 3 years and she doesn't like to Pretty V doesn't really like to get deep in her feelings and talk about things. And, Pretty V kind of gave us a little bit of a sneak peek into some of the things that she has to endure being a public figure and being, well known in the social media lane. And she stated that her being a preacher's kid, I guess her father was a pastor, she always had to kind of suppress who she was, and she probably had to watch her behavior because, we know how some folk in the church can be, don't you do nothing that'll embarrass us, you know what I'm saying? So, but she was reared in the church. B Simone could relate because B Simone was also brought up in the church, and B Simone said something that I thought was extremely interesting. She stated that she doesn't feel that she's doing anything wrong. She stated that, she's a little bit crazy. She cusses, but she stated that she makes people laugh, and, she feels that laughter is the best medicine. And I do agree. I'm a firm believer in laughter being like and love being like two of the greatest things that can kind of like heal, But anyway, I'll refrain from going too deep. Okay. So, they're exchanging, experiences and stuff like that. And Pretty V kind of she did reveal that she's very insecure. She has a lot of insecurity issues. And they were talking about from the previous episode where Little Kim revealed some of her insecurities. And it made Pretty V a lot more comfortable with expressing her own insecurities because, we look at Little Kim as this icon, as this symbol of beauty, confidence, strength. And Pretty V was pleased or relieved to know that someone of Little Kim's stature can still feel insecure at times, and it allowed her to basically tell her story and express her feelings. Now, I am extremely happy, as I stated in my first review of this of the Girls Cruise show. I love the fact that Little Kim is bringing women together, like of different ages, different experiences, different backgrounds, all in the entertainment industry, some in comedy, movies, social media, music. I love that. And it was beautiful to see Pretty V and B Simone exchange, that intimate moment, and they encourage one another. And I'm all for that. You know what I mean? Being able to lift your sister up, or lift your brother up. You know what I mean? And Pretty V felt very comfortable telling B Simone how she truly felt. You know, we all, I don't want to say all, I don't want to speak for everyone, but a lot of people suffer with things that, or battle with things that they may be a little bit insecure about because they're worried about what other people think. And Pretty V stated that she cares too much about what people think. And I thought that that was just extremely important to showcase, and it wasn't like done in a over the top, aggressive, ratchet way. You know, I really am feeling good about the show, as I also stated in my first review of the series. Some of you watched to the end, but anyway, so we see Little Kim is talking to her friend. Oh my gosh, this is so bad. What is her name? Jessica? Jasmine? Tiffany. Tiffany's her name. Woo! Almost pulled a Maya. Tiffany. So, no, we see Little Kim actually speaking to her daughter. Oh my goodness. And I think this was my favorite scene in the entire episode because Little Kim is 45 years old, right? I know, I can't believe it. And when I was a young gal, I remember when Little Kim came out and she just seemed so grown to me. And, you know, she was living the lifestyle and she was like this icon, this hip hop phenom. And it was like, oh my God, Little Kim. And to see her become a mom, you know, it's like your big sister becoming a mom. You know what I'm saying? And it's just so beautiful. Oh my God, that exchange between her and her little baby, her little princess, was so cute. You can tell that she really melts Little Kim's heart. And I'm so glad to just see that Little Kim is so happy being a mother. It's a beautiful thing. And Little Kim talked about how her daughter is, you know, she brings so much happiness and joy to her life. And she stated that, you know, Notorious B.I.G., Biggie Smalls, my favorite rapper, Biggie Smalls was like her everything when she was younger. You know what I mean? He was like her lover, her friend, her confidant, like her manager. You know, he was really like her rock, and losing him kind of put her in a space where she felt like kind of lost and maybe lonely. You know what I mean? And for her to just have this love and this connection reignited because of her child, it's so beautiful. I know this sounds so corny, but I'm a Little Kim fan. So just seeing all of this transition is just, I love it. I'm here for it. So Little Kim touched on that as well, which was a little, you know, emotional segment, because if you're from that era, or if you really know about the history of Bad Boy and Junior Mafia and Little Kim and Biggie, then, you know, this is something that's like, wow, you know what I mean? This is kind of like bringing you down memory lane. So we then see Little Kim and her friend Tiffany. They're eating ice cream, you know, having a little girl chat. And Kim is kind of doing like a temperature check just to make sure that her best friend is okay and comfortable. And she stated that Tiffany and her have been friends since she got into the industry, and she's always been loyal and they're very protective of each other. And Tiffany just stated that she feels like Maya is such a beautiful girl. She doesn't really know her that well, but she always kind of wanted to get to know her. And you can tell that Tiffany is very interested in getting to know Maya, because it's like, okay, Kim is my best friend. I trust her. You know, she brought Maya along for this, you know, trip, this girls' cruise. So I trust Kim. Like, I really want to get to know her a little bit more. So Little Kim was just being, you know, very positive, and she stated that, you know, Maya can be a little bit, not rough around the edges. That's not what she said, but she said like her exterior can be very like, you know, serious and boss, you know what I mean? But Kim says she knows that under all of that is a really kind-hearted, sweet, you know, girl. So it seemed to me that Tiffany was trying to kind of like let Kim know, look, you know, I'm going to make the initiative, or take the initiative to get to know Maya a little bit more. Like, I've kind of mingled and mixed with the other ladies. A lot of the other ladies seem to be, you know, a little bit more outspoken, but Maya, I haven't really connected with her, so I'm going to connect with her. So, you know, no bad vibes. Little Kim then leaves, and then we see let me tell you something. Pretty V and B Simone, they are like the perfect addition to this group. You know what I mean? Like they keep things young, fresh, and funny. So Pretty V and B Simone, they're together, and B Simone still has to work. You know, she has to post to Instagram, she has to do her advertisements, things like that. And they're talking about, I think he's not the chef, the guy with the locks. B Simone is a little smitten by him, and Pretty V is just like, girl, no, you know what I mean? We don't want any scrubs, and she's just being a little bit protective over her friend, it appears, and she said in her confessional, like, we need to know a little bit more about him before you jump into, wanting to like him or start anything up with him. Like, what's his credit score? Does he have kids? Can he get a loan? Can he co-sign for me to get a car? Pretty V is too funny. So they're chit-chatting and things like that. And then Maya is approached by, oh God, what's his name? Is his name Sonny? Whatever his name is. The guy that's like the captain, the one with the island accent. I think he's from Barbados, if I'm not mistaken, or one of the islands. So he approached Maya because the ladies are going to be going to Barbados. So he approached Maya and asked Maya, like, hey, like, what do you think about performing while we're in Barbados? And Maya is just looking like, first of all, she wasn't prepared for this. So she's asking the right questions. How many songs? Do I get a sound check? Things like that. So she ended up performing, and the power goes out. So it's like, oh God, how embarrassing, But Maya's a trooper. They were able to get the power back on once, and she did go back up and perform. Now, Maya called all of the ladies up on stage, right? She introduces Pretty V, she introduces B Simone, she introduces Chili, from the legendary group TLC. She introduces the Queen Bee, Little Kim, and then she says to Little Kim, I think you should do the honors of introducing your best friend. Little Kim did take the mic and introduce her best friend, Tiffany. And, the ladies in their confessionals are thinking that that's a little bit shady. Like, B Simone is like, oh, did you forget, her name? I thought she forgot her name and she was trying to play it off. But they're making it seem as if Maya has a problem with Tiffany. And this was the moment where I started to get a little nervous. I'm going to keep it real, Royal Family. Like, I said to myself, no, please. No ratchet drama. No drama, And the ladies, they are continuing their trip in Barbados. They visited Rihanna's old residence, and Pretty V was cutting up as usual, knocking on Rihanna's the door of Rihanna's old house. They were taking pictures and things like that. And then they happened to see a neighbor in the neighborhood who was very friendly, welcoming. So they all went up to her and they started asking questions about Rihanna. And then the neighbor lady realized, oh my God, that's Little Kim. Oh my God, that's Chili from TLC. And I thought that was so cute. You know what I mean? In 2019, here it is, like, people still are respecting and giving props to Little Kim and Chili, like OGs in the game. I just thought that was amazing. Definitely amazing. So, Little Kim was showing love, and Little Kim stated that, it's very important that she never forgets where she came from, So she did sign the ladies, I think, autograph book or a Rihanna album she had or something like that. And they all took pictures and they all had a good time. And they continued on another excursion, and there were two separate vehicles. Chili, B Simone, Tiffany, and Marc Jacobs' husband, I don't remember his name, were on one Jeep, and Kim, Pretty V, and Maya were on another Jeep. So Kim basically kind of like wants to talk to Maya and say, like, is it just a matter of, that you forgot her name? Like, why did you pass the mic off to me and didn't introduce, Tiffany? And Maya is sitting there. I don't want to say that she was stuck up. I think that she was slightly in defense mode, because maybe she felt like she didn't do anything wrong, but because people are approaching her as if she did something wrong, she's on ready. Like, she's ready, And Maya stated to Kim, that I felt like, you being of the caliber that you are, and this is your best friend, I thought that it was the right thing to do for you to introduce your best friend. Little Kim kind of tried to get Maya to understand how that could look a little bit shady, I guess. She didn't say shady, but you're introducing all the girls and then you get to Tiffany and it's like you pass the mic to me. And Kim is just trying to get an understanding, like, did you not remember her name? And if you didn't remember her name, so what? Like Kim said, I would have played it off like, girl, I forgot your name. And I know that this was editing because I could tell, but it just looked like Maya was sitting there like, okay, and Kim stated that Maya is not used to a sisterhood in a sense, or being around a group of females and having to build a bond and things like that. So she may not realize things that she does may look a certain way. And I was, like I said, I was really nervous. I was like, no drama. We're good so far. No drama, please. So Maya didn't, it's not even a matter of standing up for herself. Maya didn't feel like she did anything wrong. Royal family, tell me what you think, because for me, it can go either way. You know what I mean? Some people are really oblivious. They're just used to doing things a certain way. In their head, things make sense, and they don't see any errors in the things that they do in their actions. And then there are other people who do things to be slightly shady. Which one Maya falls into, it's too early for me to tell. So Royal family, tell me what you think. Do you think that Maya did that to be shady? And I find it interesting now that I'm thinking, when Tiffany and Kim were talking and eating ice cream, how Tiffany was so, willing to try to get to know Maya, and then boom, this little situation happened. And, B. Simone had her thoughts about it. B. Simone thought like, it was a little bit shady. And it's like, okay, let's pause a second. I don't foresee any reason that they would have to be shady towards one another. But then again, behind the scenes, you don't know who knows who rubbed who the wrong way. So Royal family, do you think that Maya was trying to kick up dust and being shady because maybe she's just not feeling Tiffany? Because Maya strikes me as the type of gal, she kind of marches to the beat of her own drum. And she did say that a lot of times she's misunderstood. And I could tell like that Maya may not run with a large group of females and may not really have that like experience of bonding with a group of females. I can relate to that. You know what I mean? I can totally relate to that. Would I have passed the mic to the left-hand side for Kim to introduce her friend? No. If I had no issues, no, I don't think I would. If I would have forgotten her name, I would have played it off. Like, I would have been like, and this, beauty right here has been rocking with Kim. And I would have like, what's her name? Like try to, what's her name? Real quick. I would have played it off. But everybody's way of doing things and thinking is different. What was Maya's intentions would be the best question for her to answer. But I don't know. Like, I really can't tell, because Maya just seems not disconnected, but she just seems to kind of like be cautious and kind of marching to the beat of their own drum. And I did skip this, but in the beginning when Chili and Maya were getting massages, right? They were talking and things like that. And Chili said, I'm going to have to teach you how to hug. And Maya in her confessional said, I didn't know that there was a right or wrong way to hug someone. Like, that's a little bit awkward. That's what I thought. Like, what do you mean? Like, is there a right or wrong way to hug someone? But I guess it just depends on the person. Like, it really depends on the person's personality. And I really do think that sometimes Maya is misread. You know what I mean? She's misunderstood as well. However, being on such an intimate trip like this, Maya, I feel like if you are going to be participating in what Kim is trying to bring forth as far as, ladies in the industry and you group of ladies, you're going to have to learn to be a little bit more vocal, Otherwise, you're just going to be withdrawn and people are going to take offense to that. So the choice is hers at the end of the day. Like, nobody can make her do something that she doesn't want to do. But I want to know what you guys think. Tell me if you think that Maya was being shady. I mean, I forgot it is a reality show, so there has to be some dust kicked up. But I don't want to believe that Maya was being shady. Like I said, I don't have enough information to solve that equation, right? So overall, another good show. I really liked it. Next week we're gonna see where the ladies have dinner, and of course, B. Simone and her outspoken self is gonna kind of put things out on the table, which, you know what, I am not mad at. I feel like whenever traveling with a group of people and there's tension, sometimes people don't want to say anything because they don't want to ruin it for everyone else. So there's usually that one person that's like, all right, look, like, what's the deal? Like, let's iron this out. I'm here for all of that. Because if it can prevent any tension going further and it results in the ladies enjoying the remainder of the cruise, then why not? You know, we're all adults here. So old school, new school, need to learn though. Hey, see, I Biggie reference. Anyway, but I love the mixture of the new school and the OG ladies. I love it. So far, so good. I'm here for it. Like, listen, I support anything Little Kim. I'm a huge supporter of Little Kim. I have been for a very long time. And this is feel-good television to me. And Little Kim made a good point where she said, you know, sisters fight, sisters argue. And, you know, there's going to come a time where you always don't get along. But she is really driving the point home that we need to stick together. And I'm here for it. You know, I mean, Little Kim is really, shout out to you, Little Kim, because you are really creating, so far we see, you are really creating a different type of reality TV. You know, it's been a long time that we've seen positive vibes from a group of Black women, Black accomplished women on TV, and no one's throwing shoes and throwing hands and hurling insults and things like that. I think it is a great representation that women of a particular age, along with women that are significantly younger, you know what I mean, can come together and have a common ground, and everyone can learn from everyone and build. I'm here for it. And I feel like it's a great representation of women in the industry, professional women, working women, who are creating, you know, a name for themselves. So I am a huge supporter of that. And, you know, say what you want about Little Kim, you know what I mean? Pit her against whoever you want to pit her against. Say whatever you want to say about her. Little Kim has always and is still in 2019 making history, because there's no show that is on. And I think for the past couple of years, there's no show that has been on like this that is taking the direction in a positive way. You know, not the traditional, you know, shoe throwing, wig pulling, you know, fighting, name calling, tea spilling, you know what I mean, type of behavior. So, like I said, shout out to Little Kim. You know, you can say whatever you want to say about her, but Queen Bee has made history. And in 2019, she's still out here making history. So, Royal Kim, Queen Bee, we salute you. Royal family, get down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Be sure to like this video if you like it. Check out my review in its entirety from episode 1. So that's Girl Cruise. I'll be back next week, Royal family. Comment. Tell me what you think. I love you for watching. I really do. And as always, until next time, peace.